though they need to do some healing work. Also, I'm just testing out to see what the engagement would be for these type of videos. I am still gonna do my normal live stream this weekend, yes or no question for subscribers. So stay tuned for that. And this isn't early morning. Typically, I don't come on early in the morning. I know probably a lot of people are at work depending on what time zone you're in. So welcome to Zeus Angel Tarot. If you happen to come across this, this is for you especially because you chose this video for a reason. The reason you chose it is because you want to heal your insert here what you're trying to heal. We all have different things to work through, whether it be trauma, whether it just be that you want to have more positive thoughts. Today is just about sitting and healing. It isn't necessarily about tarot. So I'm just here today to see if anybody would like to go through the healing journey, would like to start their healing process. So I wanted to see what the engagement would be like. I don't expect anyone to come out because it is early in the morning. So I am here and I'm going to keep the stream open to see what the engagement is like. And yeah, we can do some oracle cards while we wait. And I will talk about spirituality. And in fact, everybody has their own definition of spirituality, and what healing looks like can be different for everyone. The first step is to admit that there might be something that you need to work on. For example, if you come to tarot readings because you want to attract a healthier partner, you might want to start healing yourself first. Curbside pickup, what was the most beautiful moment in your life so far? Oh, that's a cute question. I would really have to think about that. Actually, I went to Europe with my mother and it was pretty good. Although it's not always easy to get along with your family, I think it was healing. What about you, Curbside Pickup? What was the most beautiful moment in your life so far? I love that. Yeah, so today I see some people in the chat. Hello, everybody. Today starts your healing journey. Whether or not you even are looking for it, you clicked on this video for a reason. There's something that you want to heal, and you're going to need support to do that. Okay, so the first step is to admit that you need healing. What is it that you want to heal? And as I was saying before, a lot of the times we come to tarot because we want to have a better relationship. And the way to start having a better relationship is to start having a better relationship with yourself. And yes, I do love the question in the chat, curbside pickup. I really love that. And if anybody wants to answer, what was the most beautiful moment in your life? That's great, because a lot of the times when we're healing, we focus on the bad things. And that in and of itself can just take you away from the healing journey. So, hi everyone, Rahan, Thelma, good morning. Yes, we all need healing. So, Curbside Pickup says, definitely would have to say seeing my father recover from the ICU. But let's get to the important things. May I please have a card picked? Hi, Curbside Pickup. Okay, so today we're not going to be doing the free readings. That's Sundays. So Sunday we'll do the yes or no question. Today we're just here to vibe out and to talk about healing. Okay, and the only reason I do it only one day a week is because it's very draining. But I'm always available for private sessions. In fact, I am going to be starting to do either Google or Zoom sessions for anybody who does want to start their healing journey. I can do tarot for that. Although I do recognize that some people come to tarot because they're still attached to a toxic relationship. So I don't want to focus on that when I do tarot. Okay, tarot readings for me, I don't want to focus on the person that you're thinking about, because more so than not, it's probably a trauma bond, and you should start there. You should start by asking yourself the question of, why am I still attached to this individual? What is it about this person that draws me to them? Who do they remind me of in my life? And I can tell you a little bit of my healing journey, which I'm still on it, okay? Every day is a day to heal even a little bit more. So yes, my healing journey basically started with a toxic relationship, and admitting that I was attracting such relationships into my life because of how I talk to myself. I wasn't the type of person, I'm not naturally the type of person to wake up in the morning and say good things about myself. I'm not naturally the type of person to wake up in the morning and feel happy. It's something that I have to work on, as we all do, because it is human nature to have negative thoughts in your head. Also, talking about ancestral trauma actually can start with your DNA, believe it or not. So, for example, if your parents are the type to be very negative, think negatively about themselves, you might find that you also do that. And in fact, I think you'd be surprised that probably more people think that way than you might realize. Pickup says, I understand and imagine receiving random people's enemies and vibe must be exhausting. Yes, trauma bonding. I just need a way of thinking and growing. Curbside Pickup, you can come to my live stream Sunday. That I might do another one on Friday or Saturday because it's very popular and it does help the channel grow. Although it is very discouraging because people will come and subscribe just for their free question and then they don't support the community. So I do like to do other type of videos because the reason that I do tarot is because I wanted to heal myself. And unfortunately, I understand that that comes with a lot of people who are in unhealthy relationships and are addicted to that unhealthy relationship and don't know how to get out of it. So Giselle says no. Oh yeah, and energies. So there are a lot of energies that are picked up in the lives. Yes. Giselle says, may I ask, dear? Hi, Giselle. So today we're just talking about healing, and I'm not doing the free tarot today. We're doing that on the weekend. So come back Sunday for sure, maybe Friday or Saturday. And if you would like to schedule a session with me, you can email me. You get a heck of a lot more out of the private sessions because I go in deep. I look at your past, I look at your future, I look at the present. And unfortunately, I can't always be available for the free readings because I don't get paid for any of this. And it is a business. So I do the free questions as a courtesy for the subscribers. But I can't do it 7 days a week. It's exhausting, it's draining, and I don't get paid to do it. Sorry to be so crass, dear. But yes, I'm always open for bookings. In fact, I am getting a website up, thinking about getting a website up to sell the readings, but also to teach you guys how to heal yourselves without tarot. It can be done. Curbside Pickup says, all right, I'm assuming since you do tarot, you much about zodiac signs. Yes, I know a little bit about astrology. There is an Aquarius full moon. I know that about that. Shinzu says, I am a subscriber. Thank you so much. So, have any of you guys started your healing journey? I'd like to ask that, if we could get that going in the chat. I've talked a little bit about my healing journey and about how it started with, well, first of all, I have to admit to myself that I had other issues, chemical dependencies, which was my ancestral trauma. Yes, my father has substance abuse issues, so I had to deal with ancestral trauma with that. I had to admit that. Number two, there's the pattern of codependent relationships within my family. I had to start working on healing that. Those two things go together. Number three, trauma bonding relationships. attaching yourself to the people who reminded me of my abusers, or the people who, were bad in my life. So these are all the things that I had to go through myself. And yes, I picked up tarot at the time when I was still in a toxic relationship myself. I started doing the tarot. I started learning it. Although I had in my 20s picked up tarot and I had put it back down, I wasn't ready then. And I'm still healing. Every day is a new day. So I myself am healing myself, but I also am here as a guide for anybody who has anything that they would like to work through. Substances and a little help with that. What really helped you get through that? Well, actually, the truth is I still struggle with that all the time. I have good days and bad days. So for me, the substance chemical dependency wasn't so much as I needed every day to survive. It was more of a lifestyle, because where I'm from, there's a lot of people drink where I'm from, and it's a lifestyle. So for me, how did I get through it? Well, first of all, you have to admit that you're abusing whatever it is that you're abusing. So believe it or not, I know a lot of people will talk about attachment styles, and the truth is that relationships can be addicting. Unhealthy relationships can be very addicting. So it's another form of escape. So the first step always in healing, whatever it is that you're healing from, is to admit that what it is that you're doing is not good for you. So yeah, I had to admit I party too much. I attract the wrong type of people. I am a people pleaser. And how is being a people pleaser actually kind of abusive? That's another thing I had to admit. So yeah, you can be addicted to anything. In fact, I feel like most people are probably addicted to sugar, probably addicted to your phone. So the first step is to be like, I fully admit I have a problem. I doom scroll on my phone 4 hours a day. I think a lot of us can relate to that. Or, for example, I can't go a day without an energy drink. That's another thing that you could be addicted to, which, if you wanted to heal that, it is really just a crutch. So it's really just a crutch. So you have to start and recognize the unhealthy patterns. That's always the first step. And yeah, I had done the sobriety thing and going to meetings and all that. That was part of my healing journey. It's still a part of my healing journey that I do. And in fact, even if you're not an addict, I highly recommend the 12 steps and traditions. And I haven't actually done it myself. I've read the book, I've read the steps, but I haven't done the steps. Either way, what it does is it makes you sit down and write out all of your resentments. So in a sense, it's like journaling. Journaling is very healthy. All right. So I have the first step, acceptance. Yep, that's always the first step, whatever it is. So what's step 2? I'm genuinely asking. I feel like my Gemini brain is so dumb when it comes to the simplest stuff. So the first step is admitting that you have an issue. The second step is going to be a plan. You have to have a plan. You have to have a plan of attack, and you have to have support network. So the support network could come from anywhere, and it's going to depend on what it is that you're trying to heal. So let's say you're trying to heal anxiety. So then you're going to have to say, man, I really have anxiety. What am I going to do about it? And how can I get support for it within my scope of resources? Because not everybody has access to mental health support. Do tarot reading open doors to spirits? Melissa Lilly. So I think with that, it really depends on the person who's reading your tarot. And I think that people give tarot cards way too much power. I do believe that, yeah, you can get messages from the other world, the other dimension, whatever you believe. But typically it depends on the person reading the cards and what their intentions are and what their energy is. Because as I mentioned before I started my healing journey, even though I thought I was a good person, I attracted a lot of bad people. I put out this vibe, they call it vibration, right? Guess what? That's a real thing. Um, you put out an aura, and that attracts the people into your life. So for me, even though I thought I was a good person, because I was a people pleaser, extreme people pleaser, because I had low self-worth, that I had to admit that I had low self-worth, I would attract people who wanted to take advantage of me because I put myself in a position to be abused. And I had to admit that that's what I was doing. And then that takes me out of victim mentality. Why? Because there's power in admitting that I am manipulating people into abusing me. I know that that's extreme. That was my reality. And I didn't even realize that that's what I was doing. I had to be aware. You have to be mindful. You have to be mindful every day of what you're thinking and the reasoning behind the subconscious, the reasoning behind why you do the things you do, the reasoning behind why you're attracted to the people that you're attracted to. You have to go deep. I always recommend getting support, journaling. Support can look like support groups. There's a lot of free support groups online on Zoom. Even if you can't afford therapy is always good. Journaling and meditation. Also, you have to exercise. You have to eat right. You have to. If you're not paying attention to what you're putting in your body, if you're not sleeping right, if your physical health is off, your mental health will be off, and it won't matter what you do. So these are all things that you need to do. I plan support. Seemingly easy enough. I just have to figure out what exactly needs to help emotional wise. Yes, absolutely. So I would advise to start journaling, start meditating, start journaling. All the memes online that tell you about meditation, journaling, exercise, eating right, sleeping right, those are all basic. And if you're not doing those things, then you're not on a healing journey. And that's why I say you're always going to be on a healing journey. Always. Because you always have to make sure that you fed yourself all the nutrients that you need, that you got enough sleep, that you're not talking badly to yourself, and that you're not surrounding yourself with people who have negative energy, bad energy, or who want to take advantage in some way, shape, or form. Thelma Robinson says, "This was meant for me to hear." Well, I'm glad that you guys are getting something out of it. I wasn't sure if anyone would be engaged by it. But yes, it helps me to come on here myself because it's not always easy to talk about the things that we're dealing with. Excuse me, I have some bad allergies. Whew. So that, for me, I have to remember to take my allergy pill. That's another thing in my healing journey that I'm not so great with. I have to remind myself to take my allergy pill. I haven't. Let's get an oracle card. I have one card fell on the floor. But yes, so the healing journey. A healing journey is long, and it can be very uncomfortable at first because you have to start thinking differently, and you have to start realizing who you're attracting into your life and why. So sometimes you lose friends, which can be very isolating at first because you're going to become a different person. And same people might not even want to be in your presence. So that's natural, that's normal. And that's why it's important to seek out support from different people. You always want to attach yourself or surround yourself with the people who have what you're trying to achieve in one sense or another. So for me, I like to go to a Buddhist meditation temple because I seek enlightenment, and I believe that meditation actually opens the doors to different types of healing. And so for me, I like to go to a temple, a Buddhist Zen temple, and surround myself with Zen Buddhists or people who are trying to practice enlightenment, because you're not, for me, I'm not going to find that at a bar. Never going to find that at a bar. Never going to find that at a coffee shop. I'm never going to find that at the mall or at Walmart. I'm never going to find that on Instagram. I mean, you might find it on Instagram, but sometimes you just need to seek it out in person. You just need to go there and be there and be physically around the people who have what you want to attain. So maybe what you want to attain is your spiritual journey, your healing journey could actually include your career. Believe it or not, we all have to have a job, but a lot of workplaces are toxic and can actually lead to a lot of unhealthy habits and patterns. So Melissa Lill says, do charms help with healing? And Curbside says, what's your zodiac sign? So actually my sun sign in Western is Pisces. My sun sign in sidereal is Aquarius. And my rising in Western is Cancer, and in sidereal it's Gemini. So depends on how you practice. Melissa, I think a lot of people do like charms. I have them. I don't know how I feel about them. I think that it can't hurt to have them. I know that a lot of people will say, for example, like this is I think it's clear quartz. A lot of people will say that this can heal you, and I think if I'm being 100% honest, I think that it's a placebo effect. I don't think they do anything, but if you believe that they do anything, there's no harm in using them. I think that the only thing that they do is act as kind of a fidget spinner for me. It's grounding, it's something that's grounding. You could do it with a rock, you could do it with a crystal, and you can hold it. So in that sense, it can help because it's another way to direct your energy. So I think that they have a placebo effect. I don't know if there's any science behind it, and it can't hurt to use them. So this is actually a gift from my aunt. It's a howlite. It's actually in the shape of a cat because I have 2 cats. And sometimes, because I have anxiety, and it's hard for me to sit still, so I use them like that. That's how I use them, to hold in the hand. And this one in particular is supposed to help with patience. I honestly don't feel like it helps with patience or anger or anything like that. I think the only thing that it does is it gives me something to do with my fingers, like the fidget spinner. So that's how I feel about them. I think it's a placebo effect, but they can work out as a grounding stone. Yeah. Also, they're really just very pretty to look at. I have this one that my friend found. She sourced it from the ground. It's a piece of opal. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's actually my favorite because it's opal is very colorful. It has a rainbow of colors in it. Doesn't look very good in the light, but it's very pretty. Let's get an oracle card. Let's see. Whoa, this one popped out already. This one says young love. I accept love with gratitude. I am open and made whole by its beauty. I like that one. So young love. The way that I can interpret this in the healing journey is that if you are, for example, trying to have healthier relationships, if you are starting a relationship, or if you're dating somebody new, it's going to be very triggering to you, especially in your healing. For me, substances and, overcoming substances and stuff like that can make it very challenging for me to date. Because a lot of people, they want to go to the bar, they want to drink, and that isn't something that I should be doing. So it's a trigger. It's a trigger for me. Young love, new relationship, it's always going to trigger your, whatever it is that you're trying to heal. For some people, it's codependency. For some people, it's anxious attachment. That's all going to be triggered in the early stages of a relationship. And in fact, in all the stages of a relationship, you will be challenged. And that is why it is so important to know what are my triggers, what do I need to heal, and to recognize it when it's happening. Because a lot of people can say, oh yeah, I like the bad boy, or I like the bad girl, or whatever you're attracted to. But then when it's happening, they don't recognize when it's happening, or maybe they don't even want to heal that. And then they'll go and they'll complain about the relationship. But really, you're not a victim because you chose that. So the healing journey also, we want to eliminate the victim mentality, okay? Because I mean, yeah, okay, things might have happened to you. People might have taken advantage or done or did this or do that. But now as adults, we have free will and we choose, especially if you believe in the law of attraction. The law of attraction is inherently flawed because your subconscious is what's attracting things into your life. And if you don't know what's in your subconscious, then you're not going to be fully aware of what you're drawing into your life. And in fact, the law of attraction, they believe that you choose your parents. So all of it is choice. So that eliminates that victim mentality, and it puts you in a position of power to realize, oh, okay, shoot, this relationship is terrible. I chose it. I can choose to leave it, and I can choose to never choose another or attract another relationship like it. Hello, eyes. Ooh, my allergies are really getting to me. I have got to take a pill. Let's get another card. Anyone who want to share what they're healing? These are both about love, the essence of love. Let love be the center of my life. I think healing, this is great because honestly, when you're healing, you do have to love and accept yourself fully, all the good and all the bad, because if you don't, that is going to attract somebody who's probably going to take advantage of you. It is so, and self-love isn't what we think it is either. It's 100% different. I'm not a therapist, so I wouldn't know how. I'm going to try to explain it. But if you guys really want to heal yourself and attract better relationships, I recommend watching Matthew Hussey. He's British. He has a YouTube channel, and he talks all about how to stop attracting avoidance if you're the type of person to attract an avoidant. He talks all about self-love and the real type of self-love that we need to be doing. And I want to explain what he says because he said something that really struck a chord with me. And he said that, what did he say? Okay, I don't remember exactly what he said. But basically what he said is that let's say, for example, you've known someone for 10 years and you start to become resentful, or you have different feelings about this person, right? Because you've known them for so long. So of course, it's going to breed contempt, and that's kind of a normal thing. So he says, imagine you have been with yourself since birth. You probably have the most amount of contempt for yourself more than anyone else, right? Because you're stuck with yourself since birth. You may as well like yourself. You may as well love yourself because you're always going to be yourself until you die. So go watch his stuff. I don't remember that saying that he said, but it made so much sense. It's like, hang on, I'm going to get off that topic because I don't remember what he said. But anyway, yes, so love is very important in the healing journey. Love in all types of form, not just romantic love. There's platonic love, there's self-love, there's romantic love. There's all different types of love. And it isn't always about romance. The more types of love that we have in our life, the more supported we feel, the easier it is for us to accept ourselves. So that's why it is so important to have a support network and to approach things with love. Be gentle with yourself. Realize that humans are inherently fallible. We make mistakes, and it is part of our DNA to to make mistakes and to learn how to undo those mistakes. So healing is basically, it's like I have to unlearn these patterns. I have to unlearn a lot of stuff from my childhood and things that were taught to me on a subconscious level. I have to unlearn that so that now I can learn how to be better, how to treat myself better, how to make better choices. Making better choices is really important. And then how to accept the good kind of love into my life and not be addicted or attached to unhealthy love. So an unhealthy love can come in all shapes and sizes. You can have friends who are bad for you, bad influences. Family can be bad for you. It's not just romantic love. Yeah, obviously we can be attracted to even downright obsessed with unhealthy relationships. So, and I would love to start, I don't have any certificates, but I would love to start a class about how it feels to be addicted to unhealthy types of relationships. And believe it or not, I know there's got to be some kind of science and neuroscientists out there who can explain what happens to your brain and to your body when you become addicted to bad relationships, unhealthy relationships, trauma bonding, all that type of stuff. Because there are chemicals that are released in your brain. And, I know we talk a lot about avoidant and attachment styles. But I think that there's a lot more attachment styles than just that. And yes, that can actually trigger a lot within you. So, and it can trigger chemicals in you that make you addicted to it. So, and the thing is that healthy relationships typically aren't addicting, and they can become monotonous and they can become boring. So that's a lot of the times why you're attracted to the different type of relationship or the bad boy or whatever, because it's that roller coaster feeling, the emotions, the dopamine, whatever it is, that you become addicted to that. And it isn't necessarily even the person themselves. It's the chemicals that are released within your body. So learning to be able to undo that pattern is very important. It's very important. It's make or break, basically. Because if you're going to continue to chase after those type of relationships, even subconsciously, even if you're like, but I don't chase anyone, I attract people. But if you're still in relationships with those type of people, regardless of whether you chase them or not, you're still law of attracting it. You're still manifesting it into your life because you haven't done the healing work yet. So you have to do the healing work. And in fact, once you start healing, you might not even want to watch tarot anymore. I know that I don't watch tarot anymore. I'm not saying stop watching tarot. I'm saying you have to start to do the inner healing work. You have to start doing it. And you'll see your life is going to change. Your life is going to change. So, but the first step, write it down, okay? Acceptance. Accepting that you have something within you that needs to be healed. Accepting it, being honest with yourself about what it is. And number 2, you got to find a support network. You have to have people to help you or talk to. You have to have people around you who do what you need to be doing. And then number 3, you need to enact a plan. How are you going to do it? Is it realistic? Because a lot of the times it's like having a New Year's resolution. Yeah, I want to heal. I want to quit smoking. I want to quit eating sugar. I want to exercise more. I want to stop texting my ex. Whatever it is that you want to heal, it's a lot deeper than that. I can almost guarantee you that little tiny vice that you have is going to open up a window of things that you never realized about yourself. And it's very, very sobering. It's very like, oh man, this is eye-opening. You have to admit all these things. You have to admit that maybe you were not always a victim. And it can be very difficult. It can be very uncomfortable to admit things because we all want to be perfect. Nobody wants to admit that they make mistakes. We all make mistakes every day. So accepting the truth, knowing the truth, having a plan, being realistic about what you can and cannot do on a consistent basis every day. Every day. Journaling, meditating should all be a part of the healing journey because you have to know what it is that you're working with. So in order to do that, you have to know yourself inside and out. You don't have to admit it to the world, although I think it helps. You have to admit it to yourself, right? So getting that help is very important. Where was I on the list? Having a plan, enacting the plan, being realistic, and then having follow through. Also, you just can't be afraid to lose people. You can't be afraid to lose people. You can't go into it thinking that I'm going to be unpopular now. I'm not going to have a lot of friends. Do you even want those friends? Those people aren't really friends. You have to admit to that. So, yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. And I don't know where I'm going with. I'm probably going to wrap this up because I have to take my allergy pill. Thank you guys for coming out. You guys have anything to say in the chat? And yes, I am going to hopefully get a website up to start doing different types of readings or consultations or support, to just offer support if you guys want to get together, if you want to devise a plan, what you can do for your healing journey. I'm always there, and I did want to get a website up so that you guys can order products, do this and that, and eventually I will also like to teach tarot, because tarot can be a part of the healing journey. If you know how to read tarot, it can be very eye-opening. Believe it or not, it will be very honest with you. I could do an example here. I used to do tarot every day and journal it, because what the tarot does, and it's really fascinating actually, because it's absolutely going to be a mirror for what you're going through in this moment, and it's going to keep you honest. Hi there. Tarot is going to keep you honest because the cards, they don't lie, they don't have an ego, and I would love for all you guys out there to learn how to do it for yourself, because it's helpful for your healing. Even, let's say for me, I might wake up and I'm in a bad mood or something like that, because it's normal. Nisha Queen says, I'm late. What was your advice for healing? I will get to that in a moment, dear. But yes, so here's another piece of advice for healing tarot. As I was saying, I might wake up, right, and be in a bad mood and do a tarot spread, and the tarot is going to tell me why I'm in the bad mood, probably. And it's going to be like, well, you're lonely. Well, you work too much. Well, you had a few drinks last night. You're not going to feel good today. It's going to be honest with me. You care too much what other people think. You're still thinking about your ex. And I'm going to be like, okay, fine. Just shut it down. Leave me alone. I'm not going to like it. So, yeah, tarot can be a great tool for healing because it doesn't lie. It's going to tell you what you don't want to admit to yourself. And the more accurate that you get with interpreting the cards, the more it's going to irritate you. Actually, it kind of irritates me sometimes because I'm just like, I am so tired of you telling me what to do. And then I just kind of start arguing with it. Ajian says, hello, ma'am. May I know your good name? Yeah, actually, my name is Ria. Thanks for asking. So, Nisha Queen, yes. So, I always say that for healing, the first step is you always have to admit that you're here in this live. That's step number one. You clicked on it because you know that there's something that you need to heal. Admit to yourself what it is that you need to heal. Number one. Number two, get support. It's important to have a support network, people around you. You might need to meet new people. You might need a therapist. You might need to go to a support group. I go to support groups. I started going to a Zoom Zen temple meetings for meditation. So number two, support. Number three is enact a plan. How are you going to do it? How can you be consistent? And number four, everybody should do this. Number 4 and 5, I guess. I mean, I'm kind of changing it, but meditation and journaling. I mean, you don't have to meditate. I think it helps with your nervous system, especially if your healing journey includes some kind of trauma. You have to admit to that. You have to admit, and then you have to really, really go deep. Because with law of attraction, if you don't know what's in your subconscious, you're going to be attracting bad things into your life, and you're not even going to know why. It's because you haven't done the healing work. It's because you haven't looked at it. You haven't thought and sat with yourself and admitted that you have some darkness that you haven't worked through. So lean into the darkness. Nisha Queen says she started therapy and she meditates. That's amazing. That sounds like a great healing journey. But also, you have to make sure that you're getting enough sleep, that you're eating right, that you're exercising. This is basic, but it's very important, because if your body isn't healthy, then you're definitely not healed. You're not healing yourself at all. So you have to look at what you eat. You have to make sure you get enough sleep. You have to make sure you're exercising. And you have to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with the right kind of people. And unfortunately, sometimes that can look like excommunicating people, family, from your life. And if you have to do it, you have to do it. If you have to use the block button, use the block button. It's important, because sometimes people will come back into our lives because we let them, and then they continue to destroy all the healing work that we've done. And then you're going to go back to step one and have to admit that you attracted this person into your life because you were on shaky ground, right? So it's not always easy. It can be very uncomfortable, and it can be very lonely. That's why you have to have a support network of different people too. I highly recommend, like you said, you have a therapist, amazing, but there's also free support groups online. Some people can't afford therapy. For the longest time, I couldn't afford therapy. So I started going to support groups, and I started realizing a lot of things about myself and about my family. Sometimes when you start talking about your family, you start realizing that your family contributes a lot to your unwellness or your mental health in a bad way. You'll even start, by talking to other people, start recognizing dynamics within your relationships with your parents that you never noticed. That is what you're now, those dynamics with your parents, you're recreating in relationships. So if you're not aware of the dynamics with your parents, then you're not going to be aware of the people that you're attracting into your life. So, yeah. Masad says, can you see me? My name is Masad. Yeah, I can see you. Hello there. I'm going to show you guys how to use a Celtic Cross Tarot spread for your healing journey. I mean, it's just going to be brief. I thought maybe we could do a class, a webinar about said issues, how to use the tarot for your healing journey. Actually, there's a video out there. I don't know who put it out, but there are certain archetypes. I won't get into it, but there are Jungian archetypes within tarot, and Carl Jung is a psychologist, so that's something that you can look into if you know the tarot, if you read the tarot, if you know anything about archetypes. It's actually very interesting. Yeah, I can see you. Masood, today we're talking only about healing. I'm not doing the free readings today. I do that on Sunday. But you can also email me for a private. The private sessions are really, really good. I haven't had one in a really long time. Okay, so how many of you guys know how to read tarot and use Celtic Cross, the tarot spread? You can Google Celtic Cross and it'll show you where to put the cards, how to put them, and each card, what question each card answers. So right off the bat, it looks like I'm having some issues with my sleep and regulating my emotions. That's very true. Oh. So here, I will show you guys. You can Google a Celtic Cross. This is what it looks like. Right there in the middle, and then on the side, all the cards on the side, that is going to be going into the future. So it goes all the way into the future. It starts with the past, present, and then it goes into the future. So what I would do in my private sessions is I put the cards out, I put all them out, I get my intuitive messages, and basically it's going to tell you a story. It's going to tell you a story of where you were, where you are, and where you're headed. And where I'm headed to is the Ten of Wands. This is the outcome. Anybody in the chat read tarot? So for me, the Ten of Wands is a burden of responsibility. So there's something I'm going to be doing that's going to require a lot of responsibility, and it's not going to be easy. And the Death card, and it's going to be a huge change. Sometimes I see this Death card as traveling, like going overseas. But yeah, I'm already looking and seeing that I have some dysregulated emotions. I need to get more sleep. And it looks like I may need a little bit of stress relief. Also, what did I say about love? The King of Swords, this guy is not a very loving person. So, I need to work on being more gentle to myself, regulating my emotions, sleeping, and stress relieving. So, anyway, so that's just kind of an example of how you could use a Celtic Cross or any type of tarot spread to elevate your healing journey and get closer to yourself, get closer if you believe in God, if you believe in, I call it source. If you want to get closer to source, you got to get closer to yourself. And tarot can really be a window into your soul. It could be a window into your subconscious. And it kind of helps you. It kind of helps you know where you're at. So if you're not the type of person who can like wake up and know how they feel, are you able to process your emotions? How in touch with your emotions are you? For example, sometimes I could be a little out of touch with my emotions. Okay, it comes from a past of trauma and disassociating from my feelings. So I'll use the tarot to help me know how I'm feeling because sometimes I don't want to deal with my feelings. I don't want to know what it is. So I can use the tool as a source to get to know myself better, get to know how I'm feeling, and that allows for you to have some kind of control in your day, in your reactions to things, and into just what it is today that I need to conquer. So yeah, it's great. It's a great tool for healing, and there's all different types of tarot decks. I have this deck, which this is a very special deck, and I destroyed it a little bit because I lost one of the cards. But this deck isn't like the other decks. It has, normal decks I think have what, 76 cards in them. This one, how many cards? I'll show you. I wonder if I still have, oh, I don't have it anymore. Shoot. I was going to show you the case, but I don't have it. Okay, but anyway, it's a smaller deck. There's 2 cards in one. This deck actually really works off of intuition. So here's a good example. The 10 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. This has 2 cards in one. It has the 10 of Cups and then the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is Major Arcana. So And intuitively, I would say there is some kind of major long-term change that's happening for you in your family. There's some kind of destiny that's happening within your family for the better. That's how I would read that card. In fact, in this deck, this card means destiny. There's some kind of destiny. You're headed towards destiny. I'm going to stay on for 10 more minutes, and then I will go ahead and get off. But if any of you guys need help with your healing journey, I don't have products up, but I will. So we can do some tarot to help you get in touch with your inner self, healing the inner child. Okay, please let me know. Send me an email. We can set up a session. I prefer to do the Zoom sessions or the Google Meet, but you can also do, I can also do pre-recorded readings. Okay, look at that. The funny thing is that I always pull the High Priestess. Anybody who reads tarot knows the High Priestess is basically the psychic of the tarot, and I pull the High Priestess a lot. Also, I do have, in Western, I'm a Pisces, but my Pisces sun. So this is the Pisces card, although in sidereal, I'm an Aquarius because I was born in the middle of February, so I was born on the cusp. But anyway, this card here is 2 cards in one. We have the High Priestess and the Queen of Cups, which is amazing. And in this deck, this card means mystery. So, Sky says, believe on Jesus. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, actually, I am going to remove you from the chat because I think you're here to talk crap, and I don't really like that. But, yes, I do believe that finding a higher power is important. Having a belief system is important. You can believe whatever it is that you want to believe. Believe in God, believe in source, believe in angels. Absolutely. You do have to recognize that there's something higher. But the issue that I have with releasing it to God is that you're not going to do what you need to do. You can't just pray and think that all your problems are going to go away. You still have to do the work. You still have to you still have to go to therapy. You still have to journal. You still have to exercise. You still have to meditate. There's things that you still need to do. You can't just have faith and belief. I think that my stream is frozen. Okay, you guys, I think that my stream is frozen. What do you call the source? Oh, I just say source. Yeah. I think that my stream is frozen. Great Saldifar says yeah. Oh, I think it's frozen. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna get off here because I'm sorry, my internet's really bad. But anyway, my door is always open for anyone if you guys want to set up a session. And I will be back this weekend to answer your tarot questions as per usual. I love doing those. So I am going to go, and I will see you all later. Bye. Okay, so I was just going to end the stream because I was frozen. But it looks like we're back up and running. I'm sorry, you guys. I really need to get a new cell phone. I'm just being cheap right now. But did you guys hear what I had to say? Or did you not hear it? Because it completely froze. Melissa says, what do you call the source? Yeah, I say source because I don't want to offend anyone with my beliefs. I think anyone has the right to believe whatever they want, whatever religion you want. I myself, though, don't know what's out there. I do have my own beliefs, but yeah, I like to call higher power. I like to say higher power. I like to say source. I feel like that is less offensive to people. Hi. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm so sorry about the stream freezing. That's because my phone is 4G. It's not 5G. Melissa says, yes, there is a lot out there. And then Bridget says, can you please say hi, Brinley? Hi, Brinley. You guys are fun. I do have to go take my allergy pills. I'm not feeling so great right now. But yeah, any of you guys need help with your healing journey and want to do a consultation, or if you want to do a healing Celtic tarot spread, I'm here for you. I do charge $30 for those because I go into detail. They're very detailed, and there are many different ways that you can receive your message. I prefer to do them video chat. I like to be able to see you, and we can do that on Facebook, on Instagram, Google Meet, Zoom. You can do all of that, or you can get a pre-recorded message, a video sent to your email. The other way to receive your message would be a YouTube link. What I do is I upload it to YouTube as a private video, and then I send you the link. Yeah, I've got to take my allergy pill. I'll be fine. But okay, yeah, I'm probably going to end the stream because I got to take my allergy meds. But as I mentioned before, I will be back this weekend answering your tarot questions. And I'm probably going to be uploading shorts or whatever during the week for you guys. So I will see you there. I will see you this weekend at the live stream if you're there. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. I am thinking about doing a subscribers only live stream, which means that if you haven't subscribed, or if you subscribed and unsubscribed, you're not going to be able to ask a question in the chat unless you've subscribed. So make sure you hit that button. Make sure you hit the heart also to help the algorithms. Oh, I am going to head out of here though. Thank you guys so much for coming out, and good luck with your healing journeys. I'll see y'all later.